I'm continuing my 2024 holiday season recommendations for pen displays, this time with 22-inch pen displays. I'm only looking at 5 tablets this time, so it won't take long. Tablets at this size, 22 inches or maybe even 19 inches, are my favorite size right now. They're big enough to give me lots of room while drawing, but they're not too big. So they're easy to move around on my desk, and it still makes it easy for me to reach other things that are laying on my desk. Let's start with my top picks. I put a star by the XP Pen Artist 22 Plus, model number MD220FH. This is the most recent of several 22-inch pen displays that XP Pen has released. I do own this tablet, and honestly, it has just been very good all around. I don't have any hesitation at all in recommending it. I was very happy with the drawing experience. The new X3 Pro pen is very good, though as I have mentioned in previous videos, depending on the specific unit of the pen you get, you might get a decent pressure range or a really good pressure range. So this is one area that XP Pen could be more consistent with in the future. Like the other pen displays, this has an HD resolution display, so 1920 by 1080, so the pixels will be very obvious. And really, I don't have too much more to say about it. I thought it was a very solid pen display. It retails for $550, but right now I see it discounted to about $440. My second top pick is the Wacom Cintiq Pro 22, model number DTH227. This is actually my favorite pen display to use, but right now it's probably tied with the Huion Kamvas Pro 19. In any case, this is a fantastic pen display. It's got the industry-leading drawing experience that you would expect from a Cintiq Pro. It comes with the Wacom Pro Pen 3, which is an excellent pen. It has really low initial activation force and a very high maximum pressure. Like the other tablets in this latest Cintiq Pro series, this tablet does support touch. Most of the time, I disable touch on this tablet, but when I need it, it really does come in very handy. This tablet has a lot of connectivity options to get a display signal from your computer. You can use USB-C, HDMI, or DisplayPort. Unlike the other tablets in this video, this has a 4K resolution. So individual pixels are incredibly hard to notice. And the pixels are very crisp. As with the other Cintiq Pros in this series, this tablet supports a maximum 120 Hz refresh rate, though I only use it at 60 Hz, because the 120 Hz doesn't really benefit me in any way. It is a bit brighter than the other tablets in this video, however, I only use it at 50% brightness. And the reason for that is, at 100% brightness, you hear a lot of the fan noise. Even at 50% brightness, the fans are audible, but I really only notice the fans at night when things are very quiet in my office. This tablet is incredibly expensive at $3,000. And even though I do think this is a great tablet, I think you can get more for your money with some of the other choices in this video. Now we'll take a look at some tablets that I think are good, but that may be dated and a bit expensive. And there's one tablet in this category. It's the Wacom Cintiq 22, model number DTK2260. The quick summary here is, this is actually a very good tablet. Just like the other Cintiq models, it has an amazing drawing experience, and it comes with the fantastic Wacom Pro Pen 2. Unlike some of the newer Cintiqs, this does not have any fans, so it is completely silent. Now this tablet is a little outdated, but actually not by much. But there are some things you should be aware of. For example, it only supports around 100% sRGB, whereas modern pen displays support wider gamuts. While some people might prefer wider gamuts, for me this is totally fine. In terms of connecting to your computer for display signal, it only supports HDMI input, whereas a modern pen display might support USB-C or maybe DisplayPort. One thing you will notice is, this display has quite a bit of parallax, more than every other display in this video, and more in general than a typical pen display. And like tablets of its era, it's physically thicker, heavier, and has wider bezels than you would expect compared to current tablets. These really aren't big negatives, so this could be a great tablet for you. Now, even though this tablet was released in 2019, it still retails for $1,300. So I honestly would not recommend this tablet at that price. However, on eBay, I see them listed for about $500, and that's how I bought mine. So if you really want to stick with the Wacom brand and want to save some money and can live with some of the, I think, minor issues I pointed out, then this might be a good choice. My next set of tablets are actually good, but they have a few extra compromises you should be aware of. There are two tablets, and I'll discuss them together. They are the Huion Kamvas 22, model number GS2201, and the Huion Kamvas 22 Plus, model number GS2202. It can get very awkward for me to say the full names, so from now on, I'm just going to use their model numbers. These two tablets are a little bit older. They came out in 2020. Huion does have a newer 22-inch pen display, the RDS220, but that's only available in certain markets, and I can't even purchase one, so I have no comments on it. So overall, these are good tablets, and I think it represents a very good deal for a tablet of this size. One thing you should be aware of is that it comes with the PW517 pen. I've talked about this pen many times. Its pressure range depends on the unit you get. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's great. With the GS22 model that I have, I did see some pronounced corner inaccuracy. What I saw is this: the pointer deflected from the tip of the pen, I would say as much as 3 millimeters when I got to the edge of the corners. In practice, this didn't really affect me at all, because I don't draw at the very corners or at the very edges. The other thing you should be aware of here is how it connects to your computer to get a display signal. So it comes with a 3-in-1 cable, and that means there's a USB-C end that goes to the tablet, and then one end of it goes to power, one is a USB-A connection, and one is an HDMI cord. And the HDMI cord is, of course, how it gets the display signal. Now, it also supports getting a display signal with a USB-C cable, but there's one catch. You'll have to connect the USB-C cable to the tablet and your computer, of course, but you still have to use a 3-in-1 cable, because the 3-in-1 cable is how it gets power. So using it with the USB-C cable and the 3-in-1 cable really does not look very elegant. It looks kind of ugly, but it does work fine. And I know you're probably wondering, can you use a separate USB-C cable that provides power? I've tested it, and the answer seems to be no. Unfortunately, you have to use the proprietary 3-in-1 cable that comes with this tablet to get power. Though these tablets are very similar, there are a few differences. First is lamination. A laminated display should give you less parallax, which is generally considered good. The GS2202 does have a laminated screen, but the GS2201 does not. For anti-glare treatment, the GS2202 uses etched glass, while the GS2201 uses an anti-glare film. The GS2202 has a slightly better contrast ratio than the GS2201. Though based on the numbers, I don't think anyone would really notice that difference. The GS2202 also has a slightly wider color gamut of 140% sRGB, but the GS2201 has 120% sRGB. By the numbers, these differences don't seem to be that big. So probably either of these tablets will work well for you. You just have to be aware of those issues I raised earlier. The GS2202 retails for $550, but right now I see it discounted to $440. The GS2201 retails for $450, but right now I see it discounted to $340. And really, that is a pretty good deal for a tablet of this size. So I would suggest 3 options. Option number 1. In general, honestly, I think the XP Pen Artist 22 Plus is probably a better choice. It costs the same and is slightly better than the GS2202. Option number 2. You can get one of these Kamvas 22 tablets, but I suggest you also get the PW550 pen, which is backwards compatible with these tablets, and the PW550 pen just really works much better than the PW517 pen in terms of pressure range. Option number 3, just wait. I'm hoping that Huion introduces newer 22-inch tablets in the future, ones that will have that next generation of drawing experience and improve on some of these specifications. Maybe, for example, a higher resolution, like WQHD, which I think would be ideal for a 22-inch tablet. If you have questions or feedback, please leave a comment. And explore the tablet subreddits if you want to talk to the community. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this video.